Hello there from wherever you're watching across the world. Welcome to Road to Edo 2024 on independent television. Just to let you know that the termination point for Road to Edo 2024 is just around the corner because the Edo State Governorship election will be taking place on the 21st of this month. That's approximately about 3 weeks or thereabout from today. In continuation of our conversation on expectations on the elections, we have in the studio the NNPP Governorship candidate for Edo State, talking about Dr. Azeme Azena, a.k.a. the very son of the Oracle. If you're talking about the Oracle, you're talking about Professor Pastor Johnson Suleiman, the president of Omega Fire Ministries. Dr. Azeme Azena, it's a delight to have you here on the program.
Thank you very much, my Reverend Dr. Sonny Duke Okosu. And all my viewers all over the world, God bless you. Thank you for believing in us. And also thank you for standing by us. And thank you for everything that you have been doing, even the one we don't know. Thank you very much.
This message of appreciation from you right now would suggest that there's a lot of support coming. What is the level of support this gubernatorial ambition is receiving both home and abroad? And what does that mean for your aspirations?
I would like to say this, that it has been massively supported by the people in diaspora, over-supported by the people in Nigeria, and double supported by the people in Edo State. I want to say I never knew that people believed so much in me until I came out to aspire for this position. I never knew that people have studied me from afar to know my kind of person. Even like we just closed for a meeting where someone told me that in the past 4 or 5 years he has been following me. And that is what brought this support, this interest, this whatsoever I'm seeing today. So it's massive. And I won't take it for granted. I want to say thank you for everybody. And this also means to me that the people are tired of bad governance. They are tired. Not just because they believe in me. Some just have this interest that let's try a new person. Some say let's try a new political party. So what is gathering momentum now is not just because Pastor Azeme, in quotes, is a good person. Another thing is because people say they are tired of rotating and revolving in just 1 or 2 political parties, while some are saying, let's get a new person. Politicians have already failed, technocrats have failed, and some other persons, whether positions, they have failed. Let's try a religious person. So I think the support is massive, whether we get calls every day. People want to come and work with us from different villages, different communities, different associations, different clubs, religious body, and so on and so forth.
Fantastic. In today's program, let's look at your blueprint to deal with the issue of insecurity. One of the major challenges in our country today is the issue of insecurity. In times past, we used to hear about it in far north, but it's here with us because today farmers can't go to farm. And as a result of that, we are seeing the prices of food at rooftop. So what is your model in dealing with security challenges?
Okay, thank you very much. If you know Pastor Azeme before now, you will know that I'm one of the few pastors who have been dealing with insecurity in Nigeria and in Edo State in particular. In the past 12 years, I've been organizing a program called Renunciation Program that comes up every September every year, whereby you call all manner of persons involving in criminal activities to come and renounce. It's just like, I call it amnesty, but though I don't have the power to grant amnesty because I'm not so, but people come to drop their guns, drop their weapons before now, and we take care of those persons. Most of them we go back to school, we pay their school fee. I still have some of them in my foundation, Turning Point, William Azeme Azena Turning Point Foundation. Some of them are learning one thing or the other, vocational training and so on and so forth. So I've done that for years. If as an individual, a private person, I could handle such aspect that is very technical. And that even this government at the time encouraged my foundation with a sum of money because they saw what we were doing or what we are doing. Now, what I'm going to do, or it's going to be a continuation of what I've been doing in a large form. First and foremost, what is the cause of this security? What is causing it? What is the problem? Because when you cannot get the roots of something, you cannot solve it. If you don't know where it's coming from. So we have to, first and foremost, check what is the problem. The first problem I see there is that we have people who are jobless. Joblessness. An idle man is a devil's workshop. You can't tackle insecurity in Edo when all the industries in Edo states, both the one in state, both private, they are dying daily. That means anybody that cannot work, he must look for somewhere to create, use his energy, whether good or bad. So when we are looking at to tackle that, we have to just create employment. Number two, you have to also check education. There are crime, if you check crime, the people who commit crime, most of them are illiterate. The numbers of them, the high numbers of them. If you arrest 10 armed robbers today, you may find 2 graduates inside. You find those who did not go to school for maybe like 8 of them inside. So if you want to reduce crime, you must put money for literacy. You must put money for education. And that is why I'm always angry, or I'm angry daily, that the school like Abrusali University, the school fees have increased to a point that a lot of people are dropping out from school. Those who are dropping out of school, they are indirectly being frustrated. They can go and put hand in a crime. Even those who refuse to drop, they will go and look for money somewhere else to sustain it. So any government that cannot make a provision for the citizen to access education cheaply with quality education, then they are not ready to tackle insecurity. You see why insecurity came from the north. It's more stronger in the north. Check the level of literacy in the north and illiterate people. You discover that the illiterate persons in the north are more higher than the literate. So the crime in the north will grow higher so long the numbers of people who are not educated are more in that way. Now, if you also watch our region, which is Edo State and also, you discover that the policies that the Edo State government and all that are making is also going to contribute where some people will drop out from school. And the moment that happens, you are creating room for insecurity. So we are going to make sure education is accessible. That is why we said education for all, so that we can reduce insecurity. Number three, there are much. We are going to carry along the host communities where such crime is being committed. They are being relegated. Nobody is only talking about how to carry the traditional rulers, how to carry the religious body. Recently, when protest was to take place, they started moving around the churches, talking to us, pastor. They send people to my church. We can help them to control it when it's out of hand. So that's supposed to be a tool, not a tool waiting for a day of protest. It's a tool that's supposed to be a regular thing, that you have to inculcate the traditional rulers, inculcate the religious leaders, the youth body, it's all fighting of crime, because that is all people that can talk to them, that is people that can educate them, that is the people that can monitor them. So when we do that, like for example, they say kidnapping in Urumi. Kidnappers are living in Urumi. They are not spirits. If you involve the community and the people of Urumi and the king, you discover these people will be fished out. They know the stranger living around there. Okay. But where they are not safe is this. Information given to security agencies are not safe. Sometimes the person comes back to come and hit them hard. So those ones, we are going to check them. So we are going to make sure that we carry the whole security, whole community along. Now, another thing that we are going to do is that, the security agencies are under the federal government. But if you watch where, the retraining of our policemen is not constant. If you ask some of the policemen, when have they gone for training last? Because the society is developing every day. So they are supposed to be upgrading in training and retraining of security personnel to know how to handle the current crime in the society.
Okay. All right, let's look at, so from what you said, that means that your government, if elected or when elected, will be an advocate for state police.
Yes, I will definitely advocate for that. You know, some people are afraid of the abuse of it. There is nothing that doesn't have abused. Even the water that you are drinking, you can abuse it. But you will not say because you can abuse water, we should not drink water again. I will advocate for it. Because there are still people who have a good heart. When the states have power over security, not desperate politicians, it's going to help us to, control the security, the insecurity rates in the state. Now, if you watch where the incoming vigilante, this vigilante or those security network, or you call them, you discover it has reduced crime in Edo. I will not dispute that fact. If the coming of vigilante or observer they are called can reduce crime, then if we have state police, it will reduce more crime to the less or minimal stage. How we advocate for that? But I will not advocate for it the way others are advocating for it.
What's the difference?
The difference between me and theirs is because my intention is different from their intention. Some are looking for it as a means of oppression. Me, I'm looking for it as a means of oppression. They are looking for it as a means of oppression. Presently now, our network here are being used to oppress the vigilante now. If you are doing rally now, ask them to join. They said they told them not to attend any other political rally to protect you except the only ruling party.
What's the evidence to this statement that you made?
I did let there be peace in Uromi, Ekpoma. I approached the Ekpoma that I need 10 of their men. I'm measuring it. He told me he's going to speak with their boss and get back to me. He got back to me and said they are not allowed. I approached the one in Irua. They said to me they are not allowed. If they said I'm lying, they should come out at the bucket. They are not allowed to follow you. Even when I did it in Benin here, my brother is one of their members. And I approached him, give me 10 of them, 20 in Benin. They said they will not grant it.
But you didn't approach the man in charge at the headquarters level.
It's not the headquarters.
You said you mentioned.
No, they have zone.
You approached somebody in Ekpoma. You mentioned you approached your brother in Benin.
No. They have zone. It's like, I want to do something that do our now. I know the police station close to me.
Okay.
So that is where we approach. I should not go and approach state headquarters. So when I said I approached the one in Ekpoma, I'm talking about their zone in charge of Ekpoma. I cannot come to Benin to approach Benin because I want to do something in Ekpoma. So it's the closest station in quotes. That's the one I approach.
Okay.
So that is what it is today. It wasn't like that before now. But during this election period, it's just like the issue of billboard. I did billboard, they brought them that twice. And I can say to you categorically that the billboard I did in the front of Ikpobaoka at local government headquarters, till now they didn't allow me to they pull it down. The chairman said I can't put it there.
Are you saying these things are being politicized?
Yes. How do you say somebody should bring out his billboard that is in front of your secretariat, that is only PDP that will be there?
You said a while ago that the root cause of insecurity is unemployment.
Unemployment is one of them.
Then we have this challenge, which is nagging, the issue of food security.
Yes.
How are you going to deal with that?
You see, if you are dealing with insecurity, you are dealing with food, you are actually handling food security. Because many of our persons, through your introductions, you said many of our people don't go to farm again. And there is no way you can get food along the road. They are planted in the farm. And these persons, some persons have occupied the forest, the farm road, raping, stabbing, robbing, kidnapping our people. So what we are going to do, like I said, one of my major targets is that to make sure there's food security, food everywhere. And that will make me handle insecurity there. So what are we going to do? For example, the forest. I said I'm going to pass a bill through the House of Assembly to empower the forest guard. You know, we used to have this forest guard who carry hammer those days, but they can't carry hammer now because hammer cannot do anything now. So we have to pass so that they can be armed, even though it's a poor passion, like the vigilante, for the forest.
Okay.
So we now form a team with them, with this vigilante, to go to the forest. When we crop the forest for a period of time, those people will go. And we also make a provision on how our farm roads can be protected. So when we do that, people go back to farm, and before you know, our food start coming back to us again. We have the best soil in Nigeria. You can find it in Edo State.
Okay, let's talk a bit more about your blueprint for curtailing insecurity in Edo State. One of the major flashpoint or talking point as it relates to insecurity in Edo State is the frequency of cult clashes in Edo State, where you have people being killed, people being decapitated, and all of that. What is your model in dealing with that particular problem?
Okay, thank you very much. I would say any government in this state that must deal with court-related activities, the government must start it now, even before you get to power. How? The moment you make use of them, you know, there are a set of persons who make use of them to attain power. The moment you make use of them, they are ladder for you to climb. When you get there, you can no longer tame them. You can't control them. And that's what we are going through now. The first thing I'm doing now is that I don't want to make anyone a platform to climb to that place. That shows I'm already handling the matter already. So, because when you make use of them, you cannot do anything when you get there. Number two, don't have your cabinet, don't have them among your cabinet. Because when they are part of your cabinet, you can't do something about it. So, number two step I will take when I am the governor is that I will make sure that none of them will form the cabinet. Because if they form cabinet, there's nothing you can do. The third, which will be a recommendation because I don't have the absolute power. Many of the security agencies have overstayed long in the territory. They should be transferred. That is a recommendation.
Okay, you said a while ago that many of them will not be part of your government. Are you saying it will be a matter of state policy under your leadership to create that environment where such people cannot be part of your government?
Such people with such character cannot be part of the government.
So how are you going to know them?
We know them. We know them. By their fruits we shall know them. Sir, I have been one of those persons when I started telling you who have removed hundreds of people from cultism. It's in records. I have no less than 200 now that I see under my foundation. They talk to me. Someone who have renounced. It was one of the renunciation service, Governor Baseki entered my church unannounced. And he saw how it was going. And he pledged a sum of money to support the foundation to take care of people. So if I am talking to you who have been speaking with court boys, renouncing before me, and I will tell you that you know them. They know, they will tell you this one, this one, this one. This one is a sponsor them. This one, it doesn't come to meeting, but he is part of it. So what I know, I will know them. So by now, I should be able to know the difference between white and black. So they won't be part. So if they form part of your government, there's nothing you can do. And also, if in the security agencies who have overstayed, you know there's a way you overstay around something, you don't care about it again. For example, where you stay long in darkness, you start seeing road. But when you just enter, everywhere dark. Now, there are many people who are around that those boys, even when they are doing something, they say, leave on. That's how it just be. But when you see new hand, but the problem we have that even when they are transferred, they walk it back again. So the recommendation I would say, let those who have overstayed be transferred to test another location. That is one of the ways. And another thing I'm going to do continuation of this my program, renunciation. Which, if I have money, sir, I can tell you how far we go about that. Because most of the time, when 50 people renounce cultism, they want you to take care of them, which is right. But I may not have the money to push them up to the standard I mean, they are expecting me to do. Okay. So when I become the state governor, I will create an agency that when some people renounce, drop their gun, we work on them, take some of them back to school. You have reduced the crime in the society. I call it Operation Drop Your Gun, let's take care of you. Or drop your arms, let's take care of you. So I'll be doing it, but I'll be doing a bigger form. Okay. So that is one of the ways we are going to tackle them. Not every one of them is enjoying becoming a crime. And sir, lastly on this matter, I think I'm going to use this opportunity, anybody's watching, sir. Do you know that some government secondary school this cultism is going on, and governments are aware and nothing has been done? I was driving about last month towards Rama Park, and I saw teenagers carrying cutlass, pursuing each other. They were more than 30. And I asked my driver and my orderly, what is going on? He mentioned a certain school in Rama Park there, and another school at very close to Rama Park, Agboru there, that the court is a court crash. They say that it has been like that for more than many years. That government is aware. As such, nothing was done. So how will you control cultism from outside when the very one under your nose school is being practiced there? If the school cannot control them, who to shut down the school? Secondary school, sir. And they told me that sometimes they can be fighting themselves, destroying cars. This is verifiable. I don't want to mention any school to rubbish anybody. But they know. They are in Rama Park there, in Ekpobauka.
Okay. I know time is fast spent on the program, but quickly talk to us. The feeling is that the present government in Edo State, under Governor Gordon Obaseki, has attained that level of achievement that it will be difficult for any other party to override that in Edo State. What do you say about that?
That is not true. That is not true. There is no record that cannot be beat. There's no record that cannot be defeated.
So do you acknowledge that there's a record that has been set?
There is no way there cannot be record. If somebody doesn't have record in 7 years, well, is there anybody that will not have records? It was just that the record may not meet some people's expectation. Like I said, I don't criticize any political party or any government. You can't give what you don't have. But being there for 7 years, there must be records. But whether the records satisfy people, I'm not the one to judge. There is record. But don't say that nobody can beat the record. That is not true. To me, I'm a record breaker. Anywhere I enter, I create a record, whether one day. So those who knows me personally, even in ministry, I'm 14 years in Edo State in ministry. 14 years, I've broken record. So what I'm telling people, the record can be broken, because especially for people like us who are record breakers. I'm just too young in politics. And you see me contesting for governorship election. Is it not record breaking? You said to me that day that I have not contested for local government, I have not contested for governor to start. That shows that I'm a record breaker. Okay. So, and my first time of making an attempt for governorship primary, and I won, defeated 3 persons who have been there. That is there are people who have been looking for tickets for years, even for small party they have not seen. So I'm a record breaker. So when I take over Edo State government, I'll break record educationally, break record infrastructure, in the area of infrastructure, in the area of economy. I'll break record because I am a record breaker. I appreciate all of them for what they have done. So if you are there, I am Pastor Azeme. I am a candidate for NNPP, and I want you to believe in me, support me. And our logo is Map of Nigeria that carries a basket with fruits. That is the one you will see. Please, don't go as usual. Believe in us, I will change Edo State.
All right, Dr. Azeme Azena, thank you for coming on the program.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you.
Okay, that's our program for today. Be sure to join us on Wednesday for a fresh episode of the program Road to Edo 2024 on independent television. I want to say thank you again for staying with us. Have a beautiful week ahead. Bye for now.